Hello there, my name is Emmanuel Omale and I am a network strategy expert. So over the years I've helped a lot of people and I've helped myself, network with very influential persons, bring them into their network and also leverage on the network of those influencers to, achieve their own goals and do what they want to do. And I'm excited to have you to be going through this audio course because this is very rich and it's very value packed. This is actually the first product I'll be putting out on networking with influencers. A very great number of times I've had people ask me, okay, how do I network with this? How do I do this? And how do I do that? And I've actually helped a lot of people do that, to gain influence and jump into the circles of very influential people. But then I thought about it that what about I make it a product and give it to you for free? So this is what I'm doing with this pack. All right, so in this pack titled influencer turned buddy, I'm going to be showing you how to network with very influential people, how to sustain your network, and how to leverage on their the influencers network to grow yourself, to grow your own influence, to grow your income, and for your own development too. So I really hope you have a great time through the course. Do well to stay through to the end of this audio course. Okay, so first, what the first thing that will be on your mind is, why do I need influencers in my network? Why do I need to make an influencer become my friend? Do I need them? You see, I've had to answer this question in the affirmative, that is yes, on a number of many occasions. This is because it is very important for you to have influential people in your network. Of course, you know that no one is an island, and you definitely need to build healthy relationships with people, with the right people. Now, the question is, who are the right people? Should they be influencers? Should they be nobodies? Of course, that's a no-brainer. You need very influential people in your network. And for somebody like me, I have about 80% of the people in my inner circle, in my network, are actually influencers. And this has brought a lot of benefit for me. It has actually not always been this way, because I can remember some 2 years ago, I actually had no influential person in my network. I hardly even knew influential people. I was just a nobody in the midst of nobodies. But then over the years, some certain things occurred to me. You now in this world to thrive, you need influencers in your circle. They are the one who can make calls that will change your life forever. They are the ones who can make you and your work go viral overnight. I've had experiences of that a number of times. Okay, then they are the ones who can, they're the ones who know what works, because for you to be an influencer, you must have built influence, you must have done very incredible stuff to get to that position of influence. So they know what works, and when you get to become their friend, they tell you what works. You have the privilege of access to them. Okay, and of course, when they tell you what works, you do that, and it obviously increases your own revenue. They can make you a millionaire overnight. Right, and one important thing is that influencers represent the higher level of life you want to get to. Obviously, everyone wants to become an influencer, okay? So they represent the higher level, and when you have them, such people in your network, then you can see where you're going, and it becomes easier because they can guide you on that path. So with that said, I'm sure you now know why you need influencers in your circle, and this is just to clear the doubts for those who might have issues as to whether they need influencers or not. You don't want nobodies, you need influencers. Okay, so with that said, I would like to share with you 3 weird strategies for networking with influencers. Now, as we go through this, before we start, I want you to look into your mind and try to think, who are those influencers that I want in my circle? It doesn't matter how big they are right now. It doesn't matter how impossible it looks like to network with them. I've actually taken on very crazy projects when it comes to networking with very influential people. Very, very crazy. I wouldn't like to mention names now, but billionaires, multimillionaires. And I've helped my friends and of course myself to get into their network, to get 1 or 2 things from them for ourselves. Okay, so I want you to just think, who are those people? you might want to take a minute to write down their names, and so that as we go through these strategies, through these weird strategies, I like to call them weird because they're actually weird, and you can begin to see how the process and the way you're going to use to network and bring those people into your circle. I can guarantee you that if you follow these strategies, you're going to have results. It might take time to take process, to take failing and doing again, but they are tested and trusted. All right, it has worked for me. It has worked for a lot of other people that I've worked with, brands and individuals, people like that. All right, so 3 weird strategies for networking with influencers. 3 weird strategies for networking with influencers. Number 1, snub them first. Snub them first. Okay, I know this sounds weird, right? Like, why should I snub an influencer if I want to network with them? I want to get into their circle. Why should I snub them? Okay, so 3 weird strategies. 3 weird, easy to implement strategies for networking with any online influencer. I will give you 3. Like I said, number 1, snub them first. So you snub them first. Number 2, you hack their circle. Number 3, make them crown you. So these are 3 weird strategies for converting any VIP, any influencer so-called, to become your friend, to become a buddy. Alright, so number 1, like I said, snub them first. I'm sure you are wondering, why should I snub somebody first? Now, I'm going to tell you why. When I say snub influencers first, I see a lot of people when they want to get an influencer, and there are different reasons why people want to network with influencers. Number 1, you might want to collaborate with them on a project. You might want them to attend or speak at an event. You might want them to endorse your project or something, just anything. You might want to gain their mentorship or things like that. There are just a number of reasons why you might want to network with any influencer. Okay. But I see a lot of people, when they want to network with somebody, they just approach the person. Okay, I want you to do this for me. I want to get into your circle. I want to know you. That's very wrong. The influencer has no prior knowledge of them. They're just nobodies, and they want to get into the influencer circle. That is very wrong, and that is not going to work if you want to make them your friends. That can work for maybe you want them to become your mentors or something. You want them to see you as a nobody. No. If you're going to network with influencers, you have to make them see you as a somebody yourself. So snub them first. And now I'm going to break down this snub them first into a number of points. All right, I think I have about 5 points here. So number 1, you have to become valuable. So under snubbing them first. Now, let me explain the meaning of snubbing them first. So what I mean is this. If you want to network with an influencer, the first thing to do is to snub them first. And snubbing them first, it means they actually know you exist, but you do like they don't exist. You make them hungry for you, so to say. They want you, they see you, and they see you as valuable. That is the first thing that has to happen. There has to be that prior knowledge they have about you as somebody who is valuable before you ever approach them. So you have to snub them first. Do like you don't exist. Do like you don't need them, and build yourself. So on the snub them first, number 1, you have to become valuable. You need to be valuable. When I mean valuable, this is like very, very important, super important. You have to be very valuable. So like now, say, okay, I think I'll just give very direct instances. So for instance, I want to network with say a multi-millionaire, that is well known in the country, or a leadership expert that is well known in the country, or internationally. So how am I going to do that? And I'm a nobody. I don't have a skill. I don't earn any money. I know nobody. I'm just a random person who probably doesn't even know how to type in full sentences, So, and I want to approach a person, and I want to become their friend. How is that going to happen? That's very impossible, right? I'm sure you will agree with me. All right. So if you want to network with people, if you want to network with influencers, you have to show that you are valuable. Nobody wants to network with a nobody. I don't want to network with a nobody, okay? And so does every other person. All right. So you have to be valuable. What is it you want to be known for? Okay, that let me break it down now. To become valuable, you have to know, who are you? What do you want to be known for? Those are questions you must answer. Who are you? What do you want to be known for? And you have to walk and take steps towards branding yourself up to become that person who becomes valuable. So, say for instance, okay, let me give you a personal example of myself. So there was a time, there is this affiliate marketer, he's a founder of one of the affiliate communities, very very well known in the country. He has traveled internationally and he has spoken at different places. And I saw this guy and I was like, I want to have this guy in my circle. I want him to be my friend. Actually, he's my friend now. He's my friend now, okay? So I got that done, and I want to tell you what happened. So first, that was about a year ago or thereabout. I wanted him to come into my circle, but I didn't know how to go about it. I was just test running and just doing so many other random stuff. But then, before that time, I was putting out content on personal development. That was on Facebook then, and all of a sudden a day came and I just saw this guy. He actually saw my content. Like, he has probably been following me, but he didn't say anything. But then one day I just went through my profile, I made a post, and I saw that he commented. It was like, powerful man of value. I was shocked. I was like, wow, how did this happen? Like, powerful man of value. He said that to me, and I'm like, me and nobody I'm even trying to access you, try to get into your circle, and now he sees me as valuable. Trust me, at that point in time, although I didn't make use of that opportunity at that time, I waited. I still implemented so many things so that when I came to him, he would have nothing against me. He would just accept my friendship. Okay, so when he said powerful man of value, that means he has seen what I do and he sees I'm valuable. Powerful man of value. He stuck to me, and I was like, wow. I think so. People were looking at you and they want to, whenever you're doing something, whenever you're seeing anything, they want to see how valuable are you really. Who are you? What do you represent? Are you the best of that thing? You have to be the best. And the truth is, depending on how the career or the level of people you want, the influencers you want to be, the influencers with maybe 10k followers, the influencers with 100k, the influencers with 1 million followers, the influencers with 10 million followers. Okay, so depending on the number of, how influential the person really is, it depends on how valuable you really have to become. Okay, so that was, he told me powerful man of value because of that stage and because of the state he was in also. Imagine if he was 5 times what he was then, he probably wouldn't have even seen my post. But that means I will have to increase my value to probably become who he was at that time. Okay, so you have to be very valuable. This is the first step. I see a number of people, they want to network with influencers and they have nothing to offer. That is very bad. They are not going to, they might probably network with you, but they have this resentment for you that he has nothing to offer. Get out of here. Okay, so that is number one. Under snubbing them first, just become valuable. You don't need to approach them first. Just be valuable yourself. Number two, master your craft. So you really need to do this. Master your craft. This is very important. You have to be the master. If we're talking about copywriting, are you the best at copywriting? If that is what you do, you have to write to the 10% in your industry. Those are the people that really matter. The rest 90-80%, they don't even matter. The 10%, you have to be the best. Alright, so you have to master your craft, no matter the industry you're in. Say you're in the education industry, you have to write to the best. Know the people that are actually doing this stuff and be the best. Okay, be the best. Master your craft. Be very good at what you do. Obviously, when you're very good at what you do, it attracts influence on the norms. Okay, so you become influential, you become dominant in your industry, and that attracts influence to you. And it's also support the value. It adds to your to the value you carry and the way people perceive you. So master your craft. Be the best at what you do. Be in the top 10%. It's very important if you're going to network with influential people. Alright, so I have this story of a friend of mine. She's one of the very most influential people on LinkedIn. Okay, and she wanted to network with this business magnate in Nigeria. Okay, and how was she going to do this? When she told me she wanted to do something like this, I looked at her and I said, okay, wait, you're capable of doing this. Because if we are going to mention the top 10 most influential people, you're going to fall on that list. So it's not going to be hard. If you're going to reach out to somebody like that, it's going to be like, okay, this person is actually influential on her own. She's an influencer and she has value. So it's not really a big deal. And she did get the opportunity to meet that very influential person in Nigeria. So you have to master your craft. Okay, Then number 3, under snubbing them, you have to put yourself up. Brand yourself. Brand up. That's how I say it. So you have to brand up, because you see, there are a lot of there are a lot of people that are actually very resourceful. They have a lot of value, but they are not branding up themselves to make people know that they really have value. They are just their graphics are probably poor. They don't even, when they write posts, you can see grammatical errors in the post and things like that. You really need to brand up yourself. You need to brand up the way your pictures should be good looking. You shouldn't snap with very poor quality. You shouldn't take very poor quality pictures and post online. If you're coming up, show yourself as somebody who is actually an influencer, somebody who is very valuable. That is if you're valuable. So that is very important. If you know you're valuable, if you know you're the best at what you do, then probably what you need to do is to brand up yourself. Brand up yourself. We only want to see quality pictures. We only want to see good moments. We only want to see, when I mean good moments, I mean we don't want to just see you maybe in a bedroom or, just things that don't speak well of you. Show up maybe in an office, stuff like that. Those are things we want to see at events, when you're speaking at events, stuff like that. Just brand up yourself. Make people build the perception. The truth is, what people perceive of you is totally your fault. Whatever they think of you is you, that you are the reason for that. So you are the one that tell people what to see you as, depending on what you present to them. So you have to brand up yourself. This is very important. Now you see that this is not in any way, I'm talking about networking with influencers, but I haven't moved into actually reaching out to them. So this is you building yourself so that you become noticed by them, and they'll be like, who is this guy that is like this? And when you approach them, it becomes easy because you've built the perception before reaching out to them. So that's why I say you have to snub them first. Do like they don't exist. Just keep building yourself. All right. So the next thing is, make sure they see you. So you are now valuable, you've mastered your craft, you have put yourself up, you've branded up, and then next thing is, make sure they see you. Make sure they see you. Now this can be a little difficult, and it's actually difficult if you really don't have idea of how to go about it. Now you're valuable, you put up yourself very well, but you really need to put up strategies and things that will actually make those people you want to meet up with to see you. They need to see you. If you're valuable and you've mastered your craft and you're branding up and they can't even see you, it's all a waste. Okay. Now, how do you make influencers see you? How can you make this possible? Number 1, by showing up every day. You have to be consistent with what you do. And number 2 is appearing where they appear. Okay. So first, I want to network with an influencer on Instagram, and I'm building influence on LinkedIn. How am I going to do that? They can't see me except they come to LinkedIn. Okay. So you have to build on where they can see you. Factor that in all. I'm very valuable, but the only place I show my value is on my WhatsApp status. How are the influencers on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook going to know about me? So you have to make sure they see you. Okay, make sure they see you. Then next is, be an influencer too. So yeah, I think this is also very important. Influencers want to network with influencers. They want to network with people that can add to them. Okay, so it's said that humans are greedy. There's some truth to that. I don't completely believe that, but there's some truth to that. I only want to partner with people that can actually bring value to me. All right, so, and same for everyone. I don't want to network or collaborate with somebody who is far less than me. It's going to bring down my own reputation. So I need to be an influencer too. How do you be an influencer? By showing up consistently, proving that you're the best at what you do, sharing your stories, being valuable, just so this kind of stuff. Just be an influencer too. You might not be the influencer that at the level at which the people you want to network with are, but be an influencer to some level. Have people that can actually say, okay, I respect this person. I'm being influenced by so and so. Okay, so that's very important. And then the last point, under snubbing them, I think I'll just put it in stages. Like, number 1, the pre, the during, and the post. Okay, so this snubbing them is like the pre, what you do before even making an attempt to reach out to them. All right, so now the last under this is share your milestone achievement. share your milestone and achievement. Okay, so you're valuable, you've mastered your craft, you've branded up. There's still going to be that doubt in people that is this person actually good? Is he good at what he does? Is he valuable really? There's just that thought in every person. Whenever I see you, you're trying to tell me that you're valuable, but I'll be asking, how do I know you're valuable? So I need proofs, right? And the proofs are going to be what? My milestones. All right, so I won this award, I got the certificate, I was nominated for this award, things like that. They prove that, okay, wow, this person is actually what he claims to be. All right, and then testimonials from maybe your clients you've worked with and things like that. When you put things out like that, it improves your reputation. It improves the perception of people about you. So that is that. Share your milestone and achievement. Don't be afraid to do that, because it's actually painting a better picture of you in the minds of the influencers you want to meet. So snub them first. I'm sure this looked weird, right, when you heard snub them first, but now that I've broken it down, I'm sure you can see why I say it's very important. Alright, so this is very important. Don't just jump into reaching out to influencers that you want to network with them. It's very bad, and they're going to ignore you. They get tons of messages like that every day. So they have to know you first. They have to have cited you from somewhere. Seeing what you do, seeing your works, and they must have seen a lot about you. Okay, maybe not a lot, but at least they must have seen you before, and that value must have reflected to them that, okay, this person is actually valuable. So when I show up to the person is already waiting for me. You get it? So that is very important. That is very, very, very important. Okay, so I think I will just share that. Okay, let's just leave it at that for this first part to snub them. Now, the next, the second weird strategy that I want to tell you about is hacking their circle.